Ayo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, coming to you live from our house. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the show on X at CHGO_Bets. Thank you to Stephen Nicholas for producing the show. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button if you are hanging out with us today. I've been on a bit of a homer heater, so hopefully our guy James Orlando's hanging out with us and we can build him a home run parlay. And Cody, we got Cubs Sox, so feel free to take over and gloat like you and Luke were last time.
I would say that Luke was definitely gloating more than me. That's all I will say.
I would
because
agree.
I am still not bought back in on the Chicago Cubs, but I will say that it was kind of nice to be able to be on the other side, considering how much crap everyone gave me last year. So.
Yeah, I mean, Luke takes, 3 years off and then comes back and is, talking all this shit. So, geez.
He goes on vacation as we were playing it as for like the last month. He comes back and he's just guns blazing, letting everyone know.
Jeez. Well, I'm happy to have him back.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
Yeah. It's all in good fun. Obviously, both teams are very mid at best, but,
Well, I mean, you guys are mid at best. I mean, if you guys were in the AL Central, you'd be competing in the AL Central. Probably clear that you guys would be buying. This team, the team that you're about to step into, is dog shit. I mean, you said the Cubs need to sweep the Sox. If you don't tonight, if the Cubs don't sweep the Sox, especially with the Sox starting pitcher about to be traded, you might even start this game. Cody, I would say it's over. If the Cubs lose tonight, it's over. There's no coming back from losing to this team. It's embarrassing. You should probably leave Chicago. Like Tom Ricketts should fold up shop if they lose tonight, because it is sad, the state of baseball on the South side.
I'm a little surprised. Were you saying that though? I'm surprised the money line odds are so good for the Cubs, and because they have Marcus Stroman going tonight, but they're only at -115 on the money line. So is Vegas looking at this? Oh, it's a rivalry game. These teams always play up against each other. Is Lance Lynn going to increase the trade value one more time? I'm optimistic, but I'm also a little cautious as well. They've been playing well. They've won 6 of 7. They won fairly easily last night. Thanks to Seiya Suzuki making that unreal grab on the Makata almost homer. But Stroman also has not been great his last 5 starts. So he's a very similar pitcher to Kyle Hendricks in some ways. I definitely think he gets a little bit more whiffs than Kyle Hendricks, and he throws a little bit harder, but they're both ground ball pitchers. So I know the White Sox do a lot of hitting into ground balls, and they like to swing it early in the counts, and they don't walk a lot. And, Stroman has struggled with walks this year, so I think that bodes well for him in terms of, the matchup. But, we'll see. I do like the Cubs tonight. If I were to bet it, I would bet them. They're playing well right now, and obviously the Sox aren't, and they're about to sell off a bunch of pieces, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Bob Nightingale is basically reporting that Lance Lynn is either a Ray or a Dodger unless some other team swoops in. And I'm really just wondering, you got to trade him before the game? I mean, You saw Jesse Schultens and Tanner Banks pitch yesterday. I don't know who the hell would pitch if Lance Lynn is traded. Touki Toussaint in a little emergency? It could be a nightmare. And the fact that it's -110 even on PointsBet right now, you should hammer the money line today. It was at -120. It's now at -110. I think Stroman goes 75 pitches, complete game shutout, 1 hit. This is the exact guy that eats up the Sox. A right-hander who is a heavy ground ball pitcher. I don't see a way that the Cubs don't win this game. Steven, flash the graphic here. Flash the what is it? The 4? I don't know what you called this. The core 4.
4 today.
Yeah, because you
core
work out.
4, baby.
Because you know what a core is, because you work out. I don't. We're going to start with Cubs' first 3 money line. All right. I think the Cubs likely take a lead in the first inning. Lance Lynn is noted at either having a awful start to the game or start to cruise. I could see it easily being 0-0 after the first 3, just because the Cubs offense isn't exactly powerful. Don't ask Michael Kopech last night. But Lance Lynn's given up 25 homers. He's 13 away from the Sox season record. I love Cubs money line at plus 130. I love the Cubs money line now at minus 110 at basically even money. And if they're going to trade Lance Lynn before the game, that's going to go back to minus 120. Take Cubs money line now because you're getting close to even money. I think that's a great play. Bellinger to homer too at plus 425. I had him to walk yesterday. He got into like three ball counts, very stupid, and was struck out by Jesse Schultz and Kopech twice. I feel like he goes deep today. Lance Lynn versus lefties is really an unfair matchup. I know Cody's been great and honestly better against left-handers this year, but I do think Cody gets into one. It's a very, 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 very hot day on the south side, so we will have a fun time at Guaranteed Rate Field, but I don't think Lance Lynn will. I like the Cubs for the full game, first three, and Bellinger to homer at plus 425.
Yeah, well, I was looking at Lance Lynn's splits. Like lefties are hitting well over 300, like 338 this year, something like that, against him. So, yeah, I love lefties against Lance Lynn today. So let's go right to the hit parlay. We're doing Cody Bellinger. We're doing Mike Tauchman, Chicago native, suburb native, whatever. He didn't have a great game yesterday. Neither did Bellinger. I think bounce back is good. I think they could bounce back tonight, especially given the matchup. And then we're throwing in Miles Mastrobuoni because he's a lefty. He almost hit a homer last night. Did get a hit. Yeah. I think he'll be in. The only thing is, like, will he be in the lineup? Patrick Wisdom also has 2 homers in his career off Lance Lynn. So maybe he plays at third base tonight. So I would say if Mastrobuoni doesn't start tonight, then I would put in Ian Happ. So. Heavy lefty hit parlay tonight. Take Cubs lefties if Lance Lynn is pitching. Again, hitters are 338 against him. The lefties are at least this season. And obviously it's a 6 ERA. So honestly, it doesn't really matter who you're putting in there, in my opinion. But I do think if he does pitch this game, I do think he'll try and give his best effort. Just have some pride. And I'm so used to watching this series, and I think you can even attest to this a little bit. Like last year, the Cubs obviously weren't good, right? But the White Sox struggled to like pound the Cubs. Like they were close games, like all 4 of them. And honestly, if you go back and watch them, the Cubs were in position to win some of those games, and they just didn't have the talent, and they didn't have, everything you need to win a baseball game on a consistent basis. They just didn't have enough to be able to do that. And so, I don't know. Like this Cubs team this year they're hot and cold. There has not been consistency with this team. So that's why the odds scare me a little bit, but also, the Cubs, yeah, you're right. They should win. They should win this game. So,
yeah, I think they do. Again, Lance has been horrendous. They were stealing left and right on the Sox as well last night. This team doesn't seem like they want to play. I mean, I don't want to do that.
They do seem pretty they're not playing well, obviously, but with everything coming, and this is coming from someone who witnessed like the trade deadline sell-off the last 2 years. Like when the closer the trade deadline gets, the more like it affects the locker room, clubhouse, and all that. And it's just it's a distraction. And so until that's over, everyone in the locker room is just kind of like, they don't want to do this.
I feel a little bit freer to talk about this here. I mean, Keenan Middleton's like in fucking Instagram posts that have TA trade rumors. I mean, like, I don't know what the vibe is in that place. It doesn't seem good. Lucas Giolito really doesn't care if he's traded or not at this point. It seems like Lance Lynn wants to get the hell out of there and try to compete. I am with you. I think these vibes are absolutely rancid. Stay away from the Sox until August 1st, because I do think that as long as a team is awake, they'll be able to steamroll the Sox because they just don't seem to be there. I want to let you guys know about DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHGO. Bet just $5 to score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code CHGO at DraftKings Sportsbook. They're not the official sponsor of CHGO Bets, but they are a sponsor. We're very happy to have them on. I do think that they are the fastest and most reliable sportsbook out there. They'll get you your money. It'll be easy to put money in, and they're really never down. Like, I don't know. I just find DraftKings to be very, very consistent out of all 6 of the major sports books in Illinois. So if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-505, or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-470 on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. In West Virginia, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800 or visit www.1-800-GAMBLER.net. All games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly. In partnership with Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races, Connecticut. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com /sportsbook for details and state-specific gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. 1 boost per eligible. Opt-in require max bet of $50. 10 plus legs required for 100% boost. Eligibility, wagering, deposit restrictions apply. Thanks, everybody. I don't know what's. Maybe I can just say terms at sportsbook.com, DraftKings, whatever. I don't know. Whatever. We already said it. Cody, do you have any more bets?
I do.
I'm like,
we'll call it the Crosstown series parlay.
Lance Lynn, 5+ hits allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Bellinger, 2+ total bases, and Nico Horner, 2+ total bases. What did we say at the office last night? Nico Horner, great fastball hitter. Isn't all Lance Lynn do is throw fastballs?
Basically.
Sign me up for Nico Horner to get 2 hits. He's another guy that I would put in the hit parlay, but I wanted better odds, so he's like has some of the highest odds to get a hit tonight, like -280. So I didn't put him in the hit parlay. So Vegas thinks he'll get a hit tonight at -280. 2 hits. I think it was like +195 for him to get 2 hits if you just wanted to, do it single, I guess.
A little sprinkle.
Yeah, and he'll be batting first or second in the lineup. Probably second with Tauchman in there batting first. So, yeah,
it comes out to +575, Sean.
But when you use that 50% DraftKings Sportsbook parlay boost that they're offering today, you get it at +862, $10. Wins you 96 doll hairs. Let's win some money. Let's win some money because that's all we have left to live for the rest of the baseball season.
Hey, you guys got something to play for. It is an MLB No Sweat Wednesday, too. You can get a bonus back up to $5 if your first bet loses on DraftKings Sportsbook. I got 2 homer props that I bet $5 on. I've been really consistent, just betting homers each and every day. I've been betting $5 a prop, and it's been really easy to at least make my money. I bet on Nico to hit a homer last night. I hit who else did I hit? Manny Arturo Machado and who else? I don't know. But 3 of them hit, and that was great. And I won money. And I'm up nice. So, we're just going to keep it consistent, keep a nice consistent unit size, not increase, not go too much. Except for like if it's like -110. Like for the Cubs money line, I did put 10 instead of 5 just because it's, closer to even money. Anyways, for the possible, no sweat bet tonight, you could bet on a homer in the Astros and Rangers game. I got Chas McCormick or Jose Abreu to homer off of Andrew Heaney, and obviously they can homer off the bullpen as well. But McCormick's been red hot. He's got a ton of homers this month against lefties. Heaney, a lefty. I do think that it's a great matchup for him. And then Jose Abreu against Andrew Heaney got 4 homers. He's been horrible against lefties, but I think this is the type of guy that he could have success again. If there is one of those looping curveballs that just hang over the plate, I could see him poking it over the Crawford boxes there. So I like McCormick at +475 and Abreu to homer at +450. And then obviously Bellinger to homer at +425. And the Cubs' first 3 money line or full game money line at -110. Make sure you're getting those bets in before Lance Lynn becomes a Ray.
You think
we're getting Colin Wilcox? Did you hear that?
For Colin Wilcox?
Apparently. I don't know.
I don't know who that is, but
but he's not Lance Lynn, and I'm happy. Anyway, that's going to do it. I'm going to see Cody's smiling face at Guaranteed Rate Field later on today. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Thank you, Stephen Nicholas, for producing the show. Stephen apparently doesn't get offered No Sweat Wednesdays. I do. So, Stephen, you're just probably too good or better. But thank you, Stephen, for producing the show, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.